It's episode 4. It's a continuation. Dorinda versus LuAnn. Calm down. No, you calm down. No, you calm down. Tune in.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey! It is Wednesday. Welcome. It's not a full panel.
It is a full panel.
No, it's the new panel. It's the new panel.
Yep, this is us.
This is us. This is what you're going to get. And I'm sorry I've been gone. Daddy's home. Everything's going to be all right. Welcome to AfterBuzz's Real Housewives of New York City After Show. I'm your host, Hollywood Lian.
Hey, guys, and I am Chelsea Stark-Jones.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ashley Daniels, and it's at Miss Ashley Daniels on Instagram.
Yes, Ashley's been a little bit under the weather,
Yes,
so
I am.
she's going to be a little quiet tonight, but she's still going to be here.
Totally rare occurrence.
We have a continuation episode here, LuAnn versus Dorinda. They're about to meet up, and, you know, everyone's telling each other to calm down. It's a big build-up, and nothing really happens. LuAnn was acting like a virgin. She's like, oh, not tonight. Not tonight. Not tonight. We have a lot to talk about. We have a fully loaded tweet section with some really funny tweets. Maybe one by me. You never know. We have some news for you. But tune in. It's going to be a good show. We have a lot to talk about.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. What do you guys think about the top overall feeling of the episode?
You know, LuAnn did exactly what I do when I'm in a situation where I'm like with someone that I like had a beef with for a moment, and that's just talk to someone else. Like totally avoid the other person, pretend they don't exist.
And
so,
Dorinda's
like,
just staring.
Yeah, and it's like, and you know, but like I understood what she was doing because, like, I do the exact same thing because you're so uncomfortable. It's not because you're angry at that person still. It's just you don't know how to act towards that
It's
person that you're so
awkward.
close to. And it's just like, you know, but I did feel bad because I really felt Dorinda was, like...
Trying.
Like, I miss you, like, all that stuff. And LuAnn was kind of just like, yeah, so
You have
Bethany...
to both want it.
Yeah, it was a little awkward.
It's just funny watching the two of them because they're both the most unwilling to take any responsibility for their actions. So it's the two of them just not accepting responsibility for anything back and forth. It's unbelievable, but that's what makes them so special. Why we love them, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Tonight is not the night we all thought it was going to be, but something will come out of it, I think. But nothing happened tonight. But Ramona said, I'm sorry to Bethany. It only took 2 episodes, but it was, I'm sorry for the loss. It wasn't, I'm sorry for throwing your dead fiance under the bus. Oh, Ramona.
Well, Bethany, to be fair, didn't know that Ramona said that at this point. But also, and she shouldn't have mentioned it at Sonia's party.
Oh,
but
no,
I
no,
do
no.
think
She
she
kept it
should.
quick.
She should at some point tell Bethany, which I don't think she does. So I think we saw it the same time Bethany saw it, which was on camera.
Yeah, but also remember, Ramona was drunk. She doesn't remember she even said it until she watched it, which is when she took responsibility last week after watching it. So there you go.
Tweeted and everything.
Yeah.
Well, she kept it quick, which was smart, like Bethany said, and it's smart for both of them. This party was insane. I think my favorite moment, we're just going to have to talk about it. It was the drive-by lesbian moment. Go Sonia. That was some good tongue action. She got all up in there. I was really feeling it.
She gave people ideas. I think there's a lot of people now that are very excited to know that if they walk up to Sonia and make out with her, she will make out with them without knowing who they are.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, no, I think that Sonia also, it was just so bizarre that happened when, sorry, go. It was just bizarre. It was a very bizarre moment. And the girl had a girlfriend on top of that.
Yeah.
So it was also very weird. And and she wanted more. Like, didn't they, like, make out for a second and then, like, kind of look at each other and, like, go back at it?
Yeah,
like, it was
Sonia
very,
was like, oh my God, let me go back in there.
Yeah. I mean, I loved it.
I love that it was only like 20 seconds or whatever, and then they just moved on.
And she had no explanation for it.
Well, guys, do you think she would have done it if the cameras weren't rolling?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Sonia's a sexual creature. But of course she took advantage that the cameras were
yeah.
there. But at least she didn't stay around like a clinger, like someone that's invasive in that.
I mean, if you don't know someone and they come up to you and make out with you, it's a little scary. You
What
gotta
if they're
think
hot,
about
though?
it. Yeah, but it's a little scary still. I feel like because the cameras were there, she took this as an opportunity for it to be entertaining for her to be Sonia.
Yeah.
The crazy
And that's
vixen.
probably why the girl went in there to kiss her too. But at the same time,
And Sonia was sober though. I think she would have pulled back if she didn't want to kiss her.
but at the same time, I thought it was funny. Like, she makes out with this girl just before she was talking about how Barbara dips in the lady pool.
Right. It was probably set up, to be honest. Sorry.
Well, there was a bunch of people witnessing with phones
Yeah.
out, who knows? But what we do know is LuAnn's doing her community service.
She is.
50 hours. Thanks for the shady weight loss flashback, Bravo. What was that? Oh my God. I mean, I love Lo. She's just the best.
Is she though? Is she though?
Oh, yes.
Bless her heart.
For these kind of... Well, you have to understand, there's been an evolution of LuAnn, okay? This is why she's my favorite housewife. She was my favorite housewife because in the beginning, it was just different. The very first season, she was like the handler, and she was the voice of reason. Like when Ramona was being mean for Simon coming to that all-girls dinner, she was like, well, Simon's here, and we're going to make him feel welcomed, right?
True.
Right?
Right.
And then...
But she was the voice of reason when it made sense for her book.
Yeah, exactly. No, I totally get it. But don't you get that? That's amazing as well.
Yeah.
And then there was this evolution of like, I am a hierarchy, and you cannot introduce me as a driver as you can't introduce me as a driver. So I thought it was like hilarious, even though it was like some people viewed it as totally horrible.
I mean, I just am like, how is she not humble yet?
Yeah.
Like, get off your high horse.
She's been through so much.
You've been arrested and you've been to rehab twice. Like, get off your high horse and humble yourself. Like,
Yeah.
and it's just that's, I think, what blows my mind about it. Where
Yeah.
it's just like, even when Dorinda's like trying to be nice to her, like,
Totally.
it's just like, she's just like, "Ugh, I don't, like, I'm too good for you.
Well,
type of
Bethany was...
thing.
Ashley, please.
Also, but think about it though. It's hard to get humble when you still are famous and you have cameras around you and you know
Yeah.
that the cameras around you for being you.
And you know
Yeah.
what?
You know?
You have a good point. It's hard to be humble when you're basically rewarded for bad behavior. She went to prison.
1000%.
She went to prison, and now she's a huge cabaret star.
Remember, she was off the show for a while. She was what do they call them when you're like off the show but you're still on, but you're not
Friend of
holding
the
the
show.
apple anymore.
Friend of the show.
Yeah, she was the friend of the show a couple years ago. Look what she brought herself from being confrontational and doing all the
Yeah.
crazy
Yeah.
stuff she's done.
But
She's
this
back.
is why I love her. Like, chic c'est la vie. They know my music. Like, to the
Yeah.
pirate, to the cheating. Like, LuAnn is everything. She always gives it to us. Just like there's
does.
people out there that really love Ramona, and we all know Ramona's batshit crazy.
Totally, but she gives it to us.
Exactly.
She'll never
It's in that
ever
same
fail
kind
us.
of
Yeah,
taste. It's
I
just a
think-
different
Right,
kind
and
of
don't you
taste.
get a little scared sometimes that they're going to change themselves by watching? That they're going to become so self-aware from seeing themselves that they're just going to change? Like,
No.
okay, I do. I still have that fear inside of me. Like, please, just don't take this too serious,
know.
Ramona. Please, still have crazy Ramona eyes. Please, do
I
something.
doesn't.
think
She
there's,
doesn't.
I think
You know?
there's some housewives that are like that, and that's why they're no longer on the show.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like when you're on the show, you understand you're on here for a reason,
Yeah.
and
Yes,
you're
that's a good
giving us
point.
that.
But you know what though? Like, I just want to dive in deeper. Like I don't know which one of you guys said it, but you totally have a point. Like, it really is not.
Are you not listening to us?
No, no, it's just all happening so fast. No, like what I want to say is like I just don't think that you should take it that serious. Oh,
Yeah.
Ashley,
Yeah.
I don't think you should take life that serious. Like
Right.
I was just listening to RuPaul and he was saying, like I figured it out at 7 years old, like that I could do this, and like that people would watch, and like I figured out that like this is fun. Like we should not be taking it so serious. Like, look, I can make money off of this just by being myself and being fun.
Yes.
So I think that's what life is about, not taking it so serious. Like these women are on television exposing themselves for the good and the bad. Let's just take it for fun. Like the Ramona fans do, because she does things that are absolutely crazy. LuAnn, the fat joke, obviously, like if we really want to get serious about it, it's totally inappropriate, totally wrong. It's to a child. Like that's not community service. That's messed up. So, to the people out there that are going to be like, I can't believe he didn't say anything like horrible about her. There's two sides to everything. And yeah, like what she said, totally horrible, totally inappropriate. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Tinsley's mom still hates her, and she's doing everything to tell her
Oh,
that
Dale.
she's a disappointment.
She's a riot, and you know what? That's someone that watched herself and did the opposite. She was like, "Oh, I got to keep doing that because I made it because they did not put me on the cutting board." And that is some funny stuff. And Dale has a lot of good points, and I think that it's interesting. I know it's moving forward, but Sonia calls her out. I mean, not to her face, but in the confessionals, saying,
Yeah.
she's always codependent. She lets men step all over her and treat her the way
It
they
made sense.
Right. And so I think that there's a reason why, I don't know what it is, but there is a reason that Dale is like that because she sees that her daughter is just willing to accept things that she doesn't necessarily
Just coasting
deserve.
by.
Yeah, I mean, but I would be so mad at my mom if she wore my ex-husband's wife's clothing. Like, I would literally be
That's for the
furious.
show, I think.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know.
oh, it's
And then
totally for
talking
the show.
about
Yeah,
their
they're so
children.
close. There's no way she would have done that
But
behind
do
her
you
back.
think, like, do you think that my joke is, there's some truth to it?
What?
You think her mom, like, is just like, get it together. Like, I'm going to piss you off and jab at you.
Yeah, I do think she's like
Yeah,
that.
I do think so,
I
too.
mean, because she's a Southern mother. Like,
Yeah,
I feel like that's
exactly.
super, like,
Yeah.
Southern of the moms is to, like, push their daughter. Like, I mean, but a lot of moms do. Like, even my mom. Like,
Yeah.
not to that extent where she
Yeah.
makes me feel bad, but, like, your moms want the best for you, and they're going to point out something if they think you can
Yeah.
improve in a area, but her mom's a little bit too extreme about
But
it.
remember, everything, I mean, they are so close and they're so protective of each other. There's no way that they do not discuss everything they're saying beforehand.
Yeah.
I guarantee you. She would never talk about, there's no way that mother would
Maybe.
say that to her
Maybe,
and
but-
blindside her in front of the cameras. I don't think
I do
she's
think so.
See, she's a pageant mom. She wants Tinsley to look her best and to say the right things.
Oh, but
this
she
is
doesn't,
very
though.
behind. Right, but the right things for the entertainment of the show.
But I think Tinsley still doesn't. So they might have a little powwow, like, this is how it's going to go down.
I think they
But
have the
it
powwow.
just doesn't go down like that.
Whatever the case may be, they definitely. I feel like the two of them talk ahead of
They
time.
probably have a powwow afterwards, like, I can't believe you said
And that too. And that too. There's a before and an after powwow.
Well, you know what I do know? Poor Bambi, she's just dying to get out of there. And she's like, get me out of this sweater.
Oh God.
Old Sonia's back at the townhouse. And I don't know, is Dorinda right? Like, that was different energy. Like, I mean, Sonia's on Paper Magazine, y'all. Like, looking fierce. Tom Ford ad. Bethany wasn't lying. She looked good. She was getting kissed by random lesbians. And then it was really different in the apartment. I felt like we were back to old Sonia. Dirty curtains, dirty house. Like,
Yeah.
girl, throw some money at the problem. Get out of there. Why are you even there?
Yeah.
Have somebody take care of it. You have all those gay boys running around. Throw some
I
money
know,
at them.
I know.
Actually pay them.
Right.
And they will actually get the problem done. You won't have to leave your apartment.
Right, but Mrs. Morgan comes back when she's in there. It becomes the Morgan wife, the wife of the wealthy Morgan family, whatever, the shoe with the thing on it, the
That's in the
emblem on the
past.
shoe. Yeah, but all that comes up when she's in there.
In that
This
home,
new, this new young lifestyle that she's embracing.
I love it.
Sometimes it takes an environment change to make that happen for you.
and a permanent, like a
Yeah, like,
'cause
don't
it's
go
very
back to that
temporary, yeah.
apartment.
It is
She
true.
can't go back to that townhouse. It's
No.
not good for her.
Agreed.
I see you guys in the live chat. Hi, Charlie in charge. I'm glad you guys are there. Hi, Matthew Kennedy. Guys, thank you guys for joining us in the live chat. I always love interacting with you guys. And make sure to subscribe to 2 or more of our channels and give us a 5-star rating on iTunes. And make sure to comment that you subscribed and we'll shout you out on our show. Thank you for making AfterBuzz the ESPN of TV talk, obviously, because we're the best. Ramona doesn't know which way to swipe, left, right, up, down. Who has time? Just dive in. Literally. Just don't go on a date with the freaking psycho. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
You know, I would love to go on a date with Ramona. Like, I think, like, I don't, dip my, toe in the lady pond, but she seems like a really fun date.
Well, she gets drunk. She's flirty.
Yeah, like, I would and I feel like that guy really took, his opportunity for granted. Like, I would trade places with him any day, but yeah, he was a total bust. I was not, but like, didn't her matchmaker kind of fail her? Like,
Totally.
She said everything that she didn't want in a man, and that was the guy. He's
Oh my
never
God.
been married. He works too late. He likes to be isolated. He's not very social. And like, I was just like, isn't that what you hired your
Perfect.
matchmaker
Right, but the
for?
casting did a great job, that's for sure.
Oh my God.
Let's
And-
take everything Ramona wants and get let's get the antithesis of that for the show.
And then the editor was like, "Zht."
Yes.
Just like the perfect
It was
marriage.
perfect. It was perfect.
Just really quick about Tinsley. Charlie in charge says in the chat, Tinsley always seems like she's copying an old Sex and the City episode. Just have a storyline, trying to have trying on wedding dresses.
I mean, remember
That's
last season
such
when
a good
she?
point.
Well, yeah, it was last season when she moved into the hotel and she put her clothes in the oven
Yep.
in the stove or whatever.
God.
Yep.
You're not Carrie Bradshaw, honey.
No.
No, honey. And you know what? Carrie Bradshaw, I'm a huge Sex and the
So
City
am
fan.
I, like Die Hard.
And I can just tell you right now, like, Sex and the City does not work right now. In this time, it does not work, and
No.
it wouldn't work. So this reboot that they're doing, girl, leave it alone. Like, I don't know what y'all are even doing. Let's leave it in the past. Leave it while it's still good before the social justice warriors ruin it. I love Sex in the City, but it really wasn't like if we really dissect it, it's just not for our time. So she should aim to be something better.
Right, but that is obviously something she's going to use as inspiration, because can you imagine being
In
her
New York.
and getting cast on The Real Housewives? What's the first thing you can do? I'm going to certainly binge watch Sex in the City if I'm Tinsley Mortimer.
I'm not.
I am.
I'm gonna look up Erica Jane's assistants and their fashion and their
But you're
clothes.
also a millennial. Wait, is she millennial or is she millennial adjacent? I think
She's 40, early 40s.
Okay, so I was going
She's
to say.
definitely not a millennial.
Not a
She's
millennial.
in her 40s.
Okay, no, but I think it's 39 is the end of it.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like by one year. So she.
Oh, so when does it start? Like
I don't
1982
know.
or
Don't even get me
something
started
like
on that. There's a bunch. I don't even know.
I know they're like, oh, you're like pro-millennial
Yeah,
or some crap.
yeah. You're millennial adjacent.
Like,
but-
exact.
but
All I
she
know is
doesn't-
that I was grew up in the best era, the 90s. The best music, the best film, whatever.
Amen.
All right, let's move on. Ramona literally had a list, and like Ashley Gray said, Gray, right? Ashley Gray.
Ashley Grace Daniels, Kevin Undergaro calls me, so you can absolutely call me Ashley Grace Daniels. Yes.
Oh, hilarious. She literally had a list, and he didn't meet any expectations. But we know what did come out? The judgy eyes, and he was like, "Ooh, don't judge me; it'll kill you."
Amazing
I
time.
would have left. Like it just did not go well. And you know what? I love a guy with bald hair. Like grab
Bald hair.
bald head. I love a bald head.
hair. I didn't even catch that one.
You grab onto that bald head and you just ride it till the end of the sunset. But he
Yeah.
was creepy.
He does speak 2 languages. He speaks French and German and English, so 3 languages: French, German, and
that
English.
says pretentious to me.
Yeah, I think it's pretty interesting though, because he seemed like so backward in everything, but then so forward when it comes to being educated.
Yeah, he was an oxymoron.
And totally.
He seemed like a city person, and then he was like, "I want to be isolated." I'm like, "Why? So you can kill us in the middle of nowhere?"
Absolutely.
No, thank you.
No, but he was almost married 8 times. What the heck does that mean?
He was almost married, but he's never been engaged, is what he said.
So what is
I'm
all?
like,
So
wait,
in his head,
He's a playboy.
right? He absolutely is living a dream that never existed. He probably thinks in his head that these girls, all 8 of them, wanted to marry him.
Yeah.
But truly, if you weren't engaged, how can you really assess that?
Cece says millennials
Tinsley.
are born 1980 and on. So
Nice. Woo.
I guess are we all millennials?
We are all millennials.
I'm a
Okay,
millennial
well.
for sure.
Whatever. Chelsea Stark Jones was
No
born in like
question.
2012. All right, guys. Well, LuAnn and Dorinda. I mean, this is what we're coming back to. Coming back to this little dinner, which I thought was going to take us to the very end of the episode, but it didn't.
What a letdown, right?
It was so weird. The denier was in full effect. I love that we have an apologizer and we have a denier now. She can't say I'm wrong, but she can allude to the ending of friendships. What the F? Like, why do you keep saying we don't need to be friends right now? And
Yeah.
oh, it's okay. There's always a
Right.
beginning, middle, and end. Like, what are you talking about?
She always has to bring out. Dorinda has to bring out something, like one of her quotes, like money talks, wealth whispers. Any of her things that she's been taught, which they're all actually really great. But whatever she had said about this one, I forget what she had said. It was some about we can wish peace on each other, but not be friends or something. But
it
then
made
it's
no
like, come on,
sense.
let's go to stage 2. Bethany's like, can you just agree to heckle the Giovanni? She's like, no,
And she can't.
No.
But you could kiss her on the lips and hug her.
Literally.
I think, and I think we see it at the end when she's with Barbara, but I really think that she's really hurting
Yeah.
and she's too afraid to put herself out there fully. So that's why she says, maybe we won't be friends. Like she's half in, half out because she's too afraid to be completely vulnerable
That
over
you know
the
what,
situation.
Chelsea, that is totally it.
I know, I'm really smart.
But think about it,
You're so good.
and that's probably why even with the drinking, she doesn't
Yeah.
deny
That's
that.
what it stems from.
Well, that's what it all
Chel-
stems from. The minute she becomes vulnerable, and just as Bethany
Then she
said,
admits she's-
then she has to admit she's
an alcoholic or a drunk or
Yeah.
we don't want to I don't want to label anybody.
Yeah, that's why she slams the door. See, she goes from 0 to 60.
God, yeah. You know
She
what?
gets
It's
very
really
upset
hard.
very quickly. And
Yeah.
I've been around an alcoholic many times. I can tell you that's exactly what happens, 0 to 60, and then they shut down everything and they do not want to speak and they get angry. So that's sadly, and I'm not saying she is for sure. We don't know.
I don't think she is
but-
because she does yoga and she does.
Totally.
Yeah, because yoga totally counts out you being
No, you
alcoholic.
guys, honestly, she goes through months of not drinking, and she goes through
Exactly,
a trainer.
exactly.
And,
Yeah.
Right.
So, I honestly don't feel like it's fair to judge her
No.
on a couple
I just think
episodes that
she
we've
drinks.
seen.
When she drinks, she has fun.
It is.
Yeah.
It is very convenient. Bravo can pull up a little montage of your drinking escapades.
Yeah.
But like honestly, you guys, like it's a TV show, so I don't want to take it too serious, and I don't want to label anybody. That's just
Exactly.
wrong. I honestly love Dorinda because when she's good, she's so good.
Yeah.
But and even if she doesn't think that what she was doing was heckling LuAnn with the whole Giovanni nonsense, like the least she could have said was, "I'm sorry that you felt that way." Like
No, because that's the worst kind of apology.
I hate that apology.
I hate that
Thank
apology.
you.
I'm sorry you
felt
feel
that way. I'm sorry
But, like-
you felt that way. Not I'm sorry that I did that and that's why you feel that way. It's like
That's
take me
better.
out of the equation
Okay.
and just make it about you.
Okay.
Yes.
Like,
No, it's not an apology.
No, okay. I was. It
You know what
wasn't
she
my
could have said?
intention.
Because I was
Like,
putting myself in Dorinda's shoes, and when we saw that little playback and she was
Yeah.
going, Giovanni!
Right.
I was thinking, you know what? Maybe she wasn't heckling. Maybe she was just exaggerating. Is that a word? It is,
No.
right? When you exaggerate.
Exaggerating.
No, not exaggerate. When you exaggerate, like you interrupt
maybe.
something.
Oh, I don't
Is it a
know.
word?
Hey,
I think
we'll
it's
look it
a
up.
word. So I think she was like exaggerating the Giovanni, like,
I don't think exaggerating is a
No,
word.
because-
maybe I spelled it wrong.
exacerbating.
No, exacerbating. Not exacerbating. That's like masturbating.
Masturbating,
That's like
got it.
exaggerated masturbating. Exacerbating.
I just feel like because they said
Exacerbate.
Giovanni, like LuAnn said Giovanni first, and then she was like, yeah, Giovanni!
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe she was just like,
Oh, we'll never
cackling.
know.
I
We
don't
shouldn't even
know.
go
Well, yeah,
back to
I
that.
mean-
We'll never figure that
I
one
know.
out. We'll never figure that
Just
one
be
out.
like, I yelled Giovanni. I don't know if it was heckling, yelling, excitement, but you didn't like it, so I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, all I
But-
know is that there is an MVP of the episode. What were we going to say, Chels?
I was gonna say what I got the most out of that was I need to move into a round house.
Wait, what was the thing on that? What they? Oh, the feng shui,
the
right?
feng shui, but like Dorinda gave a whole backstory about how round houses,
Oh, God.
back in the witchcraft days, like kept the devils out.
Yeah, but she's from
Oh.
Massachusetts. From the
I've been
I'm from
to-
Salem.
I'm from Massachusetts too.
I've
so
been
there's
to
all,
Salem.
Yeah. Oh no, I grew up 2 towns over from Salem. There's
Oh, my
all
God.
these crazy myths about.
I've been to the
Yeah.
Salem Museum.
Isn't it crazy?
Yes,
Spooky.
it's so
You should go
good.
during Halloween time. It's the best.
Oh my God, I've always
It's
wanted to
incredible.
go at
It's
Halloween.
incredible.
But I've never gone during Halloween. I've always
You should go.
And oh God, I've never been like. I want to hang out at night there. 'Cause
Oh
I've,
yeah, you will have fun.
I've always gone during the day. Like
You will have fun.
I always pass through there on the way to Boston.
Yes.
So I want to do something that I haven't done in a really long time, or maybe it's because I haven't been here. But I want to do an MVP. MVP means most valuable player of the episode. I think I have one, and I hope you guys agree with me. Lori, the real estate agent. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
She was a
She
cutie.
wins MVP for me. Like what a sight.
She was a cutie. What was she called?
Zaftig.
Zaftig.
The Zaftig waist.
I got that.
The Yiddish for you are thick around the waist.
I love Yiddish. I love it.
I thought it was cute. She's cute. I adore her.
Yeah. She's like the Jewish mom that's
She's
gonna
very
like
New
jab
York.
at you. Yeah, I
she's
love
very
it.
New York.
She reminds me a little bit of Jill Zarin's mom.
She reminds
Remember
me
Jill Zarin's
of,
mom or Jill Zarin's sister?
She reminds me of the lady in Something About Mary.
The old lady?
The over tanning
With
one.
the tanning one? Yeah, physically, yeah, a lot of tan on her.
He said physically. Yes.
Well, no, there's a lot of tan. She's very tan. For New York,
Oh
good
my
for her.
God.
East Coast, she's getting
Are
tan
you kidding
somehow.
me? She's more tan for West Palm Beach. Like,
Seriously.
she's ready for Cuba at this point.
Yes.
Like she is very, 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 very ready. Charlie in Charge says, "Don't rewrite history. Let's not rewrite it." Dorinda heckled. Giovanni. Oh my God. So Dorinda, speaking of, she wants a fresh start and good because like maybe it will like change this state that she's in. She doesn't want to move out of state, but maybe she should move out of the state she's in, denial.
Yes.
And move into a new beautiful townhouse, and like maybe it'll exacerbate her new feelings.
Masturbate. And cum laude.
What's that?
Cum laude. It's Sonia's word for cum laude.
Oh, that's right.
There's a lot of dirty words tonight.
Well,
Cum laude. Cum laude.
we can all mess up on our vocabulary because it's the franchise of New York, and Ramona says guacamole.
Yes, and also in Boston, we call the Lord the Lord. So, cum laude. It could be just come to us,
And
dear
if
Lord.
you're listening to us, on iTunes, I apologize.
That's how I took it.
Come to us.
Come to us, dear Lord.
Just know that we're having a good time in here.
We are enjoying ourselves. Well, we love the show. We're true diehard fans of
Yes. Ashley's been here for such a long time, right?
Oh my God, I've been doing New York for a long time. Last year I worked on Maria's show, so I took a hiatus. But the year before, I believe, was the last time I was doing New York. But,
No, I did New York that year.
okay, so it's been 2 years. I
Yeah.
have not been
Oh,
here.
well, no, it's
I
two.
did last season was my first
I'm almost
season.
positive.
Oh, me too, though.
No, I was gonna say I
wasn't
did
it?
it
don't
2
know.
years ago. I know
Yeah,
because I
you're right,
just
you're
started.
right, you're
I
right.
started producing Maria's show 2017.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
yeah.
All right, well, that settles that. Well, Tinsley's in the middle of her mom and Sonia, poor thing, taking jabs left and right. Oh my God, I was dying. Six months is enough to know. Oh, honey, I knew within like 3 days.
Yeah.
Same old tricks, according to Sonia. Ashley said it earlier. When Sonia went into that confessional, she kind of like hit it on the money. Like, I know we're all kind of like making fun of Tinsley because she's like, easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. I don't know. Her life is just perfect, whatever. But yeah, and that's kind of annoying. But Sonia like really did hit it on the money. Like, if we want to just strip away all of that and like talk about the facts, like, yeah, she does get into these relationships where she's codependent. The guy strings her along. She doesn't get anything out of it. And it just ends up being empty promises. Like, it's true. Lock it down, girl.
Yeah.
Like, trap him.
Well,
Use your parts.
Right, I know. But I think
she's not very affable, so that's why it's, you know.
She's like, how can I be next to these hoes?
I know.
But you know, and I said this before we were on air. Like, this is the first time I'm starting to feel sorry for Tinsley. Like, because before I really could care less about her. I didn't really feel like she was a good fit for the show. She's kind of boring. But like, this is now I feel bad for her because she is in the situation where she desperately wants to be married. Last season, she was very thirsty about it. And now I don't know if maybe she saw herself and is trying to peel it back or whatever, but like she is trying to convince herself that she's happy in this relationship when like we all know she's not.
I was just going to say, though, is she really in love with Scott? Does she really want to marry him? We haven't seen enough of their chemistry on the show for us to be like, they are so in love they should get married. Like, I don't see it.
I think she's in love with him. I think he likes her. Like, I mean, we've seen that. Like, we've seen her be overly excited to see him, all this stuff, and he just seems like, you know, happy to be here.
It's natural sometimes to like someone that's not really that into you. It makes you like them even more.
Yeah,
I guess,
but when you're
like
42
psychologically.
years old, like, you can't be doing that anymore. Like, we can't be playing those games.
Oh God, I know. It's too much.
It's sad, but it's
Well-
she's flipping the script, and I think it's because she's not as happy as she like leads on to be.
You guys are crazy, right? All right. Well, Dorinda yells at Barbara. I mean, Barbara's just trying to fit in. I'm not sure about her fashion. I'm not sure about her fashion.
Oh, you didn't like the dress?
I don't really like the dress, only because if it was just like the dress, that would be fine. But then you flash to the confessional, and she's wearing like a bone.
Yeah, but look at her the way she decorated her home. I mean, she's known more for the construction side of things, not the interior design
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of her taste. I'm sure there are people that think she has great taste. Personally,
Like
I agree
that
with you.
green
I don't like her
shirt-
outfits, and I didn't like how she
the green
decorated. But I
shirt
think
with
she's
the
being
denim?
her. So
Yeah,
hey.
she's being her. I'm not a fan of Barbara. I feel like they're pushing her too much on
Yeah, the
this.
green shirt with the denim, it just reminded me of a gay guy that got off the bus on the show Next on MTV like 10 years ago.
But
It
that
was
was my favorite part of the whole
Loved
episode.
that show.
That was good.
Oh my God, yes, I wanted to be on it so bad when I
Oh
was like
my
13.
God, I know. Can you imagine if you would have done it? You would have felt so horrible.
Can you imagine if that
Totally.
show was a thing now?
Oh, I
Yes,
think someone
everything's
needs to
coming
like
back.
exactly. Oh my God, you just gave me an
Room
idea,
rater.
Ashley.
Yeah, totally right. No,
I'll
but
give
this
you a
was
little
my favorite.
2%.
Okay, fine. Thank you. I'll take it. I'll take anything. I'll tell you though, I really do believe this was my favorite part of the episode. This was seeing Dorinda go from 0 to 60. There's their entertainment. There's the reason the
Yeah.
show is still doing so incredible. And it's like the highest, what is the second highest rated show on Bravo?
Totally.
Because of these moments, these authentic moments. Did you see her rip? She basically ripped her mic off. I'm almost positive.
Oh
You
my
slow-mo
God.
it. No, and she goes to the door and shuts
Yeah.
the door behind her. You can see her like pulling something
Yeah,
out.
she's,
she
like,
was
done.
not happy. When she
Because
threw up
production
Barbara,
won't leave without
No, I
those
know.
mics.
But
like
seriously, Barbara, when she's like, "Do you want me to go?" and she's like, "Yeah, leave." I did not see that coming.
That was
I thought she would have been like, "No,
so,
let's sit down and talk about."
like,
It.
yeah.
She that was bad.
Well, that's like, and I mean,
she's
Barbara,
hurt, like you said.
to Barbara's defense, she really didn't say anything to push at Dorinda. She was just
Are
she
you
was just
sure?
repeating. I mean, she
what
was just
LuAnn said.
repeating.
You
what
don't
LuAnn
support
was saying.
women, Ramona. You don't support women.
Yeah,
I guess so. I guess so. But she
And I don't like it.
Essentially, she was just repeating things that LuAnn had told her.
Yeah.
Like, I felt this after the lunch or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, she was like, we see she's genuinely hurting over this friendship, and I think that's where the 0 to 100 came from. Was that she was just like,
You're drinking the Kool-Aid. You're drinking the Kool-Aid.
I'm a cherry.
You're drinking the Bravo Kool-Aid. You want to be a housewife. Oh, God.
It was a lot, but you know, I really think she's there. But I was a little bit confused, and maybe you guys could help me on this. This whole like Sonia Dorinda lunch showing the lawsuit papers.
That was about the children, I think, suing LuAnn, right?
And
that
but
was
Dorinda
I
did
think
show the
She,
papers.
she's like, oh, I think it's kind of like a technicality. She's like, I didn't pull out papers.
But
You
I
pulled
had it
out
on
your
my
phone.
phone.
To shut
You pulled
down
out
the
your
convo.
phone.
I think she was just saying, Dorinda, you should have shut down that convo as soon as you heard it. Like, I think she was trying to say you shouldn't have even gave it any life.
I hate sometimes when they tape things but they don't show it to the full extent. Instead they show little like flashbacks, and like that's what they did. Like, I wish we would have seen that lunch and it would have put it in more perspective for
Yeah.
me, like what they were talking about. But I understand time, but like still I was a little bit lost.
Yeah.
Totally. Well, that's really where it ends, and we're going to see a lot more next episode, obviously. It's only episode 4. We have a long road to go.
Me too.
But it's going to be a good one. Like, New York is really good this season. Let's get into some tweets. Tweet it up. Tweet, tweet, tweet. Oh, there it is. All right, well, let's pull up our tweets. The first one is by Jill Nicole. So Jill Nicole's, she says, Ramona on a date with the skinny version of John Malkovich is just too cringy for me. Did he look like John Malkovich? I haven't seen that movie, so
I haven't seen it either.
Neither have I.
But now I want to.
let's just say yes for
You
the...
go, girl. Throw that shade.
Yeah, well, 47 likes. So, you know, I was like, oh, yeah, this is a good tweet. I like this. Yeah. And then another
Oh my
tweet by
God.
me. I put, oh, my God, Lori, the real estate agent. Follow me at Hollywood Lian. And that's if you're just listening to us, I put a picture up of the lady from Something About Mary. Overly tan lady. It's kind of
Tan
funny.
Mom. It's like Tan Mom. Before
Yeah.
Tan Mom happened.
Exactly. So make sure that if you want your tweets featured on our tweet segment, to tweet me at Hollywood Lian with the hashtag AfterBuzzTV, and I will know that you want my tweet or your tweet featured on my show.
Yeah, and you want his tweet for sure.
Yeah. Well, let's do some quick little predictions. Oh, actually, we have one piece of. Let's do our predictions. Some predictions.
Now, for AfterBuzz TV.
On second thought.
Because we do have one piece of news for you guys, but we're going to do some quick predictions about next episode.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go first because I'm talking. I think that LuAnn and Dorinda are definitely going to pretend that everything is fine,
Yeah.
like they said, and just move on from these things. And Tinsley's going to get worn down over this relationship thing. I think she's going to physically show that she can't handle the screw. Yeah. So I think we're going to get a crying Tinsley.
Yeah, I think we're going to get Tinsley talking to Scott on camera about the future. Is that his name, Scott? Did I just make that
Yeah,
up?
that was
Scott. Okay,
Scott.
great. I was like, did I pull that out of thin air? Yeah, Tinsley and Scott, they're going to have a convo, and she's going to repeat a lot of what her mother said, and then she's
Yeah.
going to regret it because he's going to get scared and run.
Yep.
I'm with these two. I totally agree with them, and I'm just going to add I'm miserable again because I predict that's going to happen, and
Yeah.
I do think I'm right about that.
She's just not happy.
Yeah, she's not. Let's pull up our quick little news that we have for you guys.
So yeah, the custody battle between Bethany and her ex, Jason Hobby, is still going on. They were in court on Monday, and the therapist took the stand as well, and Bethany got cross-examined by Jason Hobby's attorney. Apparently there was a time where he was sleeping and she threw water on him, she was asked.
Not water.
Yeah, and I guess she said, I don't know if he was sleeping, but I did throw water on him. So I mean, it just goes
Tit
into
for tat at this point.
Yeah, and it just goes to show how ugly their marriage and divorce and everything that's going on.
She
between
mentioned because
the
I
two of them.
cracked too. She did say I
Yeah.
cracked. So I mean, can you blame her? I
Yeah.
mean, if that's your version of cracked, then you're doing okay. You throw a little water on someone.
You know what?
Good for
I
her.
saw
Yeah.
reruns of New York Today, season 3 specifically, with Jason, and He fooled us all.
All of us. I mean,
He
Bethany Ever
fooled
After,
all
was he
of
not
us.
Prince Charming?
I thought he
Taking
was
care of her
perfect.
when she was pregnant, and
I thought he was
just
perfect.
and when her father died, he was so there for her.
I thought he was humble,
He was wonderful.
cute.
What the heck? I'm still honestly.
I thought he was supportive, cute,
Confused.
handsome, the whole package.
Totally.
Oh, he fooled us all.
Absolutely.
What a crazy psycho. I can't stand that guy.
Yep.
Well, that is our show. Yeah, let's keep it positive. As always, we have such a good time. Make sure to follow me on all the things at Hollywood Lian. I have some things brewing up here at AfterBuzz TV. As you know, I'm like on this journey for a Bravo show, so make sure to tune in. Follow me on Instagram. I post everything on there, and I love you guys, and I can't do this without my girls.
Yes. Hey guys, I'm Chelsea Stark Jones. You can catch everything that I'm doing at chelseastarkjones.com. But also go follow me on Instagram at C_S Jones.
And you can find me on Instagram at Miss Ashley Daniels and Twitter at Ashley Daniels.
Bye, AfterBuzzers.
Bye guys.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.